Nightwish fans, um, I have my partner in crime with me, OGL Schmidt. And he informed me real quick before I let him introduce himself that there are fans that refer to you as the Nightwish Army. And I dig that. Y'all know why. So I'll turn it over to OGL. Let him explain what we're going to do here, this format.
Hey guys, pleasure to be here. So Danny is going to be doing his second Nightwish reaction, and we like to do things a little bit different here on this channel. So we're basically going to be doing reactions from Nightwish's debut album, and then sort of go through key moments of their discography up until we get to present day. So today we're going to be starting with the title track from their debut album, Angels Fall First. This was, of course, originally a demo that was essentially pressed as an album. It doesn't sound a whole lot like the Nightwish that they became, but the elements are certainly there. So this is a curiosity as much as anything. But I do think that this song is probably the most poignant that Tumos has written on this album in particular. But I think it's one of his best sets of early lyrics as well. Danny's very much a lyric guy, so I recommended this to him. And yeah, we hope you enjoy the reaction. And I'm basically here in case he's got any questions, because I'm the symphonic metal guru of the two of us. And yep, I'm going to be lending my services and just kicking back and enjoying Danny's reaction. So I hope you guys do as well. So going to jump into Angels Fall First.
So, along with Bruce Dickinson and Epica, this is OGL's favorite band. Which I kind of see that Epica and Nightwish are kind of like cousins, or is that a good way to describe that, OGL?
Nightwish, again, essentially, they made the symphonic metal genre popular. They basically were the ones that basically said, okay, here is the template. Kind of like what Priest and Maiden did with sort of traditional metal. Like the building blocks were there before, but this was just a band that said, okay, this is the sound to aim for. Epica was one of the bands that was definitely inspired by Nightwish. Simone talks about them a lot. Epica obviously took that sound and did something completely different with it. But yes, there are definite connections between the bands.
All right, so because it's going to be a while before we get to Flora Jansen, who I've never heard, and I know a lot of Nightwish fans are. I know she's very popular, and so I will be pretty soon reacting to Flora singing with Simone. That way, I will at least know who she is before we get that far, because it might take a while.
Before, if you will.
Yeah, I might be floored by Flora.
Most people are. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And am I correct in saying you told me this is a male singing this song?
No, I apologize.
I wrote it.
Still, yeah, it's always going to be Tarja singing. Although Tumos, the composer and keyboardist for Nightwish, he did sing on a few tracks on this album, and this is the first and only album that happened in. And anyone who's heard him sing, the man's a fantastic composer. He's a great keyboardist. He is not a vocalist. So, but yeah, this is 100% Tarja singing. It's just Tumos writing. So it's her physical voice and his compositional voice.
So can I come to the conclusion that you weren't very impressed with his vocals?
He is not a particularly talented singer.
I understand, yeah. I get it, man.
Nightwish has tried different things with male vocals over their first few albums. Tumos had more of like, I guess, a gothic feel to his vocals in the songs, and then later they used more of a, it's not even so much like a harsh vocal, but almost like a between a spoken and a harsh vocal. And then they finally got Marco, and then finally that was like, I think what they were shooting for the whole time. That's when they had a male vocalist that could complement Tarja perfectly. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting going through these albums to see how they've experimented with these things to arrive at their sound.
Yeah, and I wish I would have. I guess I did. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I mean, I listened to Tool in order because I actually grew up when they were making their albums. So, but there was many years in between it because them boys take fucking forever to write music, man. Good God Almighty! If you are any bit familiar, you realize that. And I will try not to Tool out because Tool is my thing, and me and OGL have discovered lots of music though, from all the way from John Farnham in the Australian category to um, I can't think straight right now, but we've discovered a lot of new artists. And like, well, Iron Maiden. I really didn't get into Iron Maiden, and I called them Megadeth forever, and that was terrible. But I couldn't help it. It wasn't a. I don't know. I'm glad I never did it on a reaction. I did, but it
We will
wasn't.
be returning to Maiden.
Yes, yes. So I'll
We
show
will
them.
be returning to Maiden soon. And guys, we're all about the suggestions. So in the comments, suggest us some songs. Suggest us. Can't speak some bands, and we will do what we can to get to all of them
Yes,
if
and
we can.
in particular, the songs that should be reacted to from this first album would be a huge help, as OGL knows, and he has so many songs he recommends. That I always say that Wikipedia can tell you a lot, but the best place to find out information about a band is their fans. So, um, unless they're
And
obsessive as Tool fans, but most fans are pretty damn open minded.
like Danny with Tool, I was able to basically follow Nightwish's evolution from a fairly early uh, beginning. I think I started with Wishmaster. That was album number 2 technically, but actually album number 3. So, but yeah, it's nice to get information from someone who's kind of evolved as has watched the band evolve. God, I cannot speak today. My apologies.
And he is the wordsmith, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure other reactions you have watched of us. You may have just watched Nightwish and Epica. That's fine. I did just release the only song I had never heard from Alice in Chains. And I imagine a lot of you like Alice in Chains, so it's it's a good reaction. But anyway,
And if for some reason you haven't heard Alice in Chains and you like heavy metal that's got some deep lyrics, check out that Alice in Chains song because it's really cool.
I have a whole playlist of Lane Staley, like 17. That's what built this channel. Lane Staley built this channel.
Definitely one of the great singers.
All right, so let's.
Speaking of great singers, let's do some Nightwish.
Here we go. And Tarja, is that how you pronounce it?
Tarja.
Tarja.
I said it that way forever. Tarja.
Tarja. Got you. Okay.
Tarja Turunen.
I have the lyrics.
It's done in a way you can't. I cannot not bumpkinize the word. So please forgive me, guys. But yeah, it's Tarja.
I've never understood that reference, OGL. I've heard a country bumpkin. Is that like a throw off? Because he's Yankee, I'm Southern, by the way. Yeah. If you're from, so the United States, we had a civil war, Yankees against the South, rebels, Yankees. It's still a thing as far as just a joke, like the joke about the Northerner coming down is kind of like a hemorrhoid. They're pain in the ass when they get here, but when they go back, they're great. Sorry, it's just a joke.
So you're a southern redneck. I'm actually a northern redneck.
The
I
bumpkin,
grew up in Maine, but I did grow up on a farm. But yes.
Yeah. So the bumpkin is what I'm getting at. Is that like you're talking like a country person that doesn't have good diction or whatever? Does it describe it well? Like a bumpkin? Yeah. Gotcha.
Yes, like a farm boy who is struggling with a foreign language.
Basically a redneck, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always like the term bumpkinize.
It's cool. I just want to make sure I understood the reference.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
It doesn't offend me. I don't have teeth, so obviously I don't have great diction. But, there's a story behind that. So I'm going to focus on the lyrics too. I want to hear it, and that's why I did the last Epica reaction I've done was both songs for Canvas of Life, the acoustic, and the lyric video, because those lyrics are so amazing. But anyway, this is about Nightwish. So, and this is the most requested Nightwish song on our channel right now. Anyway, is "Angels Fall First." All right, let's get into it then. Right away, I wasn't expecting acoustic guitar and harmonics. That's beautiful. I just wanted to throw that out there. That was touching. I wasn't expecting the woodwind either. Not sure if that's a flute. Not sure what that is exactly, but that was great. An angel face smiles to me under a headline of tragedy. That smile used to give me warmth. So this is obviously a picture in the paper of, not a eulogy, but the death. Farewell, no words to say besides the cross on your grave. Those forever burning candles, the vigil burning candles. And then the woodwind, I'm going to back that up because that was very beautiful. And her voice, by the way, is different than it was. Can you turn your mic on and tell me what the name of that last song was?
The last song was Sleeping Sun.
Yeah, okay. Sleeping Sun, yeah. So she's singing much more operatic in this one. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And her voice is kind of in the back a little bit. It's not so much up front, which as a Tool fan, I really love. Yeah, let's keep this going. I don't know if it's a clarinet or a flute, or if you guys know, let me know. I said no twice. Your face smiles to me under a headline of tragedy. That smile used to give me warmth. Farewell, no words to say beside the cross on your grave and those forever burning Wow. Yeah. So the second stanza, they bring in either another acoustic or that one gets more prominent. Her voice doesn't come further up in the mix yet, but she's hitting a higher register, and there was a tempo change, I believe, slightly. So needed elsewhere to remind us of the shortness of your time. Tears laid for them, tears of love, tears of fear. Bury my dreams, dig up my sorrows. It's beautiful lyricism. Oh Lord, why the angels fall first? So, why do the good die young, basically? It's a great way to reshape that cliche. Not relieved by thoughts of Shangri-La. Shangri-La is the paradise in the Himalayan mountains, or the monks and the Buddhists, and basically like a place of nirvana, a place of bliss, a place of enlightenment, basically like heaven on earth. I know that through documentaries. Nor enlightened by the lessons of Christ, which I've always said Jesus and Christ are two different things, two totally different things. Christ is what... Anyway, you get me. I don't want to go into that, but I get it. You're not enlightened by the lessons of Christ, but if you want to walk like Jesus, talk like Jesus. So, you want to talk like Jesus, walk like Jesus. I said that backwards. So, I'll never understand the meaning of the right. Ignorance led me into the light. This channel permeates on that. Find your light within the darkness, and shine a light in the darkness for your brethren to find their way. That is nobody's lyrics. That's just what I feel. So far, it's beautiful. I feel like there's going to be an instrumental breakdown here. I don't know that, but it looks like it, because there's not many lyrics left. Back it up just a little. I know OGL's dying to say something, but you can't yet. Let's do this. By the way, I understand that reference. There is no right or wrong. There just is. You deal with things as they come. The structures that may say it's right, but what's right is not. Morals are not the same thing. Laws and morals aren't the same thing. So, just wanted to add that. Want to pause it. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I don't want to pause it. Accent and that guitar is beautiful. Was that intertwining woodwinds, like guitars intertwine? That was, oh my God. I'm going to ask OG at the end of this, but that was friggin' fucking beautiful, man. love those layers. Oh, right as we fade away. Fade to black, damn it. Sorry, OG, I gotta go back one more time. Just. Read the rest of the lyrics, OGL. I'm gonna let you back in the room, brother. Not relieved by thoughts of Shangri-La, nor enlightened by the lessons of Christ. I'll never understand the meaning of the right. Ignorance led me to the light. Needed elsewhere. Sing me a song of your beauty, of your kingdom. Let the melodies of your harps, which a harp is one of the most beautiful instruments there are. I'm not going to headbang to it, but it's beautiful. Caress those who melodic, somber. Caress the fruit fly. God damn it! Sorry. What the fuck, man? I hate fruit flies. I like fruit though. Sorry. Let the melodies of your harps caress those whom still need it. So, yeah, I hate to say that I was reading that right, but I said earlier that you shine a light for your friends to show them the path. I think that's what this last stanza means. Yesterday we shook hands, my friend. Today a moonbeam lightens my path, my guardian. So, one more thing. There's a lot of references in that band likes lyrics about the moon's light not being its own. The moon's light is the reflection of the sun. So a moonbeam is actually the sun bouncing off the moon. I don't know if that has anything to do with this. I just think it's beautiful. So, yeah, that's I absolutely dig that. It was not what I was expecting. That wasn't heavy at all, which I don't have a problem with. I love the melodic harmonies. I love the flutes intertwining. I love the lyrics. I love it. Love it. Okay, I'm done.
So if I may interject here, this song is probably again, it's the most well-developed song on this album. The band was actually supposed to have a much folksier sound when Tumos originally came up with the concept for it. And I think when he knew that Tarja sang, but he didn't know what kind of a voice she had. So I think he was expecting her to have a softer, more angelic sound. And then when this operatic voice came out, he was like, okay, we need to make the music a bit heavier to support that voice. The folksy side of the band has always existed. There are a lot of reactions to the song The Islander, which is many, many albums down. So this album proves that while the symphonic metal aspect of the band was still developing, that folksy side was already in full bloom. This, like you mentioned, the intertwining of the acoustic guitars, the woodwinds. I love the subtle build of percussive energy towards the end as it faded out. That almost gives it a to be continued vibe. And I think the song is essentially sort of about loss of faith from mourning and sort of reclaiming not the original faith, but sort of reclaiming what the faith was originally supposed to be about. It's not about the dogma. It's not about the promises of the afterlife. It's simply about still honoring the memory of a loved one.
camaraderie, love, friendship,
Exactly.
things that mean the most, things that are talked about but not acted upon with a lot of these institutions.
Yeah.
I think it also has a lot to do with, like you said, loss of faith through the death, but also maybe this person that died was super faithful and got took early, which
Exactly.
just pisses people off that love the
Yes.
person.
Why did you take your most why do you take your most faithful servants from us? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And
I
I
don't mean
could
to
go
laugh.
into a story about Maynard's mother, but long story short, 10,000 days she suffered, stayed faithful to the church, and he never understood why, even though the church turned their back on her. So that's where it gets a lot of the anger tool out on you. But yeah, that's definitely relatable.
Also, I think it could simply be I think we both had this experience where you're going to a funeral for someone that you love, and it becomes less about the person's life and their legacy and more an advertisement for the dogma.
Recruiting.
Yeah. This is why I like the bury my dreams, dig up my sorrows. So it's like it's not about all the amazing memories that you have with this person. It's just about, hey, if this person isn't faithful, this is what's going to happen. Or yeah, I don't think I've ever come away from a funeral or one of those
Never.
sermons feeling happy.
I was just gonna say without the preacher trying to recruit people. I've never been
That
to
too,
one. Never been to
exactly.
one.
And it feels very disrespectful. So again, as a
In fact, if
person
the person
stepping
what?
away,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's the song represents essentially someone stepping away from the institution of faith and finding
Spirituality.
within themselves what the faith was supposed to be presenting to begin with, which is a great message, I think.
Wonderful message.
I do have this question though. Again, because moonlight is just the sun reflecting off of the moon, why are vampires able to move around in moonlight then if the sun incinerates them?
Maybe because they're not real. Possibly. I mean, I don't know, man.
There is that.
That's that. Maybe if they are, that's a definite hole in or gap in the fucking story.
Maybe it's like a Wile E. Coyote thing. If you bring it up to them, they'll just vaporize instantly.
Because that moon puts off no light. All of that is the
Yeah.
sun. That is what
Yeah,
this actually is. The sun's coming up there. That's why you still see the moon in the day.
Yeah.
It's because the sun. But once the sun gets to a certain point, the moon disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Also, while there's a dark side of the moon, if the moon lit up, then it wouldn't be dark.
So I guess you could say that the moon comes out when the sun is sleeping.
Sleepless. What the hell was the name of that last song we did? The Nightwish song?
Sleeping Sun, yes.
Yeah, there you go, man. That's beautiful. And the band's name is Nightwish. And
yep, there you go.
Learn something every day.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I hadn't heard the song in, let's say, a couple of months. I still go back to Nightwish a lot. I'd forgotten really how beautiful this arrangement was. So thank you for allowing me to take part in this because, yeah, the band is clearly young, both in as far as their ages but as far as their development. But yeah, the skills, the chops were already there to begin with. Oh, the one last thing I wanted to bring up, Tarya's voice. She sounds a lot more tense here. Clearly the talent is there, but it doesn't sound as free or as warm as it does in later albums. I think again she grows a great deal as a vocalist. So I would like to hear. I wonder what the song sounded like performed live when the band gained a bit more seasoning. I bet that was really something to hear.
Well, we can always go back and do that sometime.
That's true. That's true. Need to track a live version down. But
this is almost like an acoustic song, and there's nothing symphonic, there's nothing progressive.
Yeah.
Well, there's a tiny bit of progression, but no more than any other song that's not labeled that or genre that. I'm going to do a piece on labels and genres. Stay tuned. But the genre. This is not nothing but a great rock and roll song right now. I know it progresses into symphonic. So if you guys
Yes.
see what I did there?
Yes.
Tool wasn't a prog band, and opiates. I still don't think they're a prog band, damn it, but whatever. Don't get me started.
The folksy side does exist in most of these symphonic metal bands. Like you'll hear it when Epica does like an acoustic version of one of their heavier songs. That it's folksy as hell, and you would never guess what they normally sound like. So they're again the parallels and the relations. But like you said, it's just great music. It's beautiful to listen to. It's emotionally uplifting and empowering. And yeah, I think this is going to be fun going down the. You'll be going down the Nightwish rabbit hole. I'll be retracing it. So, but it's going to be a blast.
Also, I'm going to give him songs to react to that I'm going to sit there.
Yes.
I'm going to do Nightwish regardless, and he can be with me. Yeah. But this was his. He's going to do it anyway. So, anyone introduce himself to the Nightwish fans because he is one. So am I, but I'm not a part of the army yet, obviously.
I wouldn't call myself a 5-star general in the Nightwish army, but I'm one of their. I'm a mercenary in the Nightwish army. You know, I'm a ghost division in the Nightwish army, if you will. So,
and this will most likely be labeled a TooLogan Reacts because TooLogans are the idiots in the Tool army, the obsessive idiots. And my last name is Logan. So you take Tool and Logan and take one L out and you get TooLogan. So it just, the pieces fit. See there. All right. Mental health is real. We advocate that here. It's real important. Be a part of the start because if we don't start, then it will fall apart. That's the first time I said that. Wow. Mental health is very important. I suffer from it. I know that. I think we all do in some type of way. So,
and I just want to add that Nightwish has been has had a very positive influence on my mental health multiple times in my life. So
thank you, Nightwish. That helps me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have found the light in the dark, so not in a church. I have found the dark in myself in the church. So, not the church people are bad, okay? They're just, man, I'm going to do it again. Deaf, dumb, and blind. Love you all. Mental health is real again. Love Nightwish. Going to be back. I will check out the floor soon with Simone because that just makes sense. And there are lots of playlists on the channel, by the way. Some of them are non-music. Go deep into the playlist. There's lots of stuff there. So find something for everybody. Even paranormal stuff. Yeah. All right. This is Lee OGT and GL Schmidt, OGL Schmidt.
Been a pleasure.
Rock out with you. Never mind. That out. Much love.